Hey everybody, it's Ziz here. Welcome to Crowfall Insider, your weekly news source for all things Crowfall. Lots of awesome updates this week. First and foremost, I got into pre-alpha testing. I'm so excited. I will be in the game playing tomorrow, Sunday, September 13th. That's 7 to 10 Central Time. I'll be streaming on twitch.tv/itziz and also my YouTube channel right here, the live stream. I'm going to try to do both at the same time, so come check it out. It's going to be awesome. It's 3 hours. I can't wait to go play the game. Now, there was some official updates as well. We got some videos, character creation and Hunger Dome preview videos. We're going to take a look at those. Also, there was a Founders update that gives us a look at the Collector's Edition, all the stuff that's going to be in there, what they're going to have, lots of cool stuff. Plus, they said there's going to be a streamer week. We're going to talk about that and see what that could possibly mean. And last but not least, on Thursday, we got a lore update sort of teaser called Of Gods and Mortals. This kind of sets the tone of the background and the setting of the world. Plus, there was a kind of dark, gritty picture painting that they put out as well that we can speculate over, and this kind of sets the tone for the world. So even though it's just lore, it's kind of cool. I don't know, call me a nerd. We're gonna take a look at all that stuff and a whole bunch more right now. Now, first up is a character creation video that they showed us. Now, you may have already seen this if you watched any of the live streams with the alpha players. This is the same thing that they've had so far in the build, but they talk a little bit about why they made it and how it's going to work and stuff they're going to change in the future. Like, for example, on the right hand side, the face type and the hairstyle, those don't work yet, but they're going to have options for that obviously in the future. Now, there's also a way for you to check the powers of each archetype. So before you start playing the game, if you want to figure out what your character does, click on those, check them out so you can memorize which abilities are good to use before you get in the game. And this is great for people who have alpha access. If you're going to play the game, check this video out now. That way you're not wasting time when the game actually starts, because you want to get as many matches in as you can. Next up was a Hunger Dome video they gave us, telling about how the Hunger Dome works, which most of us already know because we've watched a lot of the streams, but it's definitely good to go check out and get a refresher, especially if you're going to be playing the game like I am tomorrow. So I'm gonna go check this out just to refresh myself. Remember, you can pick up items, don't stand in fire or the hunger. They give you a little bit of idea about how stuff works and what this system is all about. Now, another cool part, at the end of this video, they talk about all three of the archetypes, Legionnaire, Confessor, and the Knight. And they tell us about the abilities that they use, good combos they use to combine, their knockdowns, their stuns, all that sort of stuff. They give you a rough idea, a quick jump in, that you can get an idea what you should be doing before you actually play the game. That way you're not running around like a noob and dying all the time. Now, these videos you can also check out in-game from character creation as well, but it's nice they're making it available to all of us who don't have access yet until tomorrow. Next was the Founders update. This is where they keep us up to date on how the game is progressing and building it and financing and all that sort of behind the scenes, you know, kind of businessy stuff. But we got to look at some of really cool stuff. First, of course, they talk about how their financing is going. They're still up to date, but right here, this is the best part, the Crowfall Collector's Edition. Now, you can see a picture here. This is all the sort of stuff they're going to have in the Collector's Edition. If you bought it during the Kickstarter and your package included one, or if you just want to pick one up, maybe you haven't bought the game at all, this is what you get with the Collector's Edition. Now, first is a contributor level package that actually gets you the game where you'll be able to play it. Someone asked, like, why bother with that, and one of the developers said they've seen other Collector's Editions that didn't include a copy of the game, which they thought was really stupid. So you get a copy of the game so you can actually play it. Also, there's 2 guest trial passes so you can invite your friends and hopefully get them in on it as well. There's a Crowfall DVD, which who uses DVDs anymore? I don't know, but in case you don't have internet connection, which doesn't make sense because it's an online game, whatever. You get one of those. Also, a Collector's Edition Crowfall art book. You can take a look at all the art, which is kind of cool. Put it on your desk. I don't know. Check out the art you could look at online. I don't know. There's a musical Crowfall CD. I love music from the game, so I'm definitely going to put that on my computer and listen to it all the time. There's a Murder of Crows behind the scenes Crowfall footage. Now, a Murder of Crows are the video kind of series they've started where they talk to all the developers. So I don't know if this is just going to be an accumulation of all of those videos put together, but maybe, I'm hoping there's going to be some other stuff that they won't show on like YouTube that will be a part of this Collector's Edition, a little bit more behind the scenes stuff. There's also a Collector's Edition Crowfall comic book. I've never really read comics, but You never know. It could be pretty cool. We'll check that out. Now, here's some cool stuff. There's 21 tabletop miniatures of Crowfall archetypes. Most collector's editions you see have this like giant statue of like a character in the game, but they said they can't really do that because everybody has a different character. There's 13 different archetypes, so which one do they pick, and they aren't able to make all 13 because that costs too much. So they made these miniatures. Not only do you get one of every single archetype, which is pretty cool, but you can use them if you do, play tabletop games with miniatures. You can use your Crowfall stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I don't know, I'll probably set them up on my desk or something. You also get 3 months of VIP subscription. Remember, that's where it pays for, you get more active training slots. You get 3 slots where it passively trains when you're offline and stuff like that. You can do it for 3 characters instead of just 1. Some other stuff there with the VIP subscription. And last but not least is a digital exclusive item to be announced. Now, I'm hoping that this digital exclusive item is pretty cool. I don't want it to be overpowered where it makes you better, but it would be cool if it's someone, you see it and it's like really awesome. Because there have been other games where they give you like a ring that gives you +1 to health, and like you barely need it at level 1 and you never need it later. And like, I hope this is something cool that you can keep forever and say, yeah, I got the collector's edition. But lots of awesome stuff there. Go check that out if you're interested in the collector's edition. We also got, last but not least, they talk about the testing, how testing continues. We all know testing, I've told you 3 times already. I'm starting tomorrow. I'm super excited. But the last thing on this list here, the streamer week. They say once all the Alpha 1 players have gotten in and a chance to play the game, they're going to invite other people, streamers, into the game who haven't played it. So me, for example, since I have Alpha 1 access, they're not like jipping me out of my Alpha 1 access. They're waiting until all of us Alpha 1 folks have had a chance to play the game until they invite other streamers, which I think is great. I think that's really awesome because they're rewarding people who are going to play. They're not going to like put streamers to cut them in line and say like, oh, we just want publicity, forget you guys. They're waiting until we get a chance to get in and play the game, but they're also being smart. They're inviting streamers in who haven't played the game, who might be interested, to get more awareness out there. And this is a good thing because the more publicity Crowfall has, the more money they bring in, the better, bigger, more of a game that they can make. So if you have a streamer that you watch all the time that you really like, go let them know about this. They can go to the forums, put in, it takes like 2 minutes. You put in your name, your Twitch or your YouTube, where you stream from, and it takes like 2 minutes, and they could get access so you could watch your favorite streamer play Crowfall and get their opinion about the game. I'm really excited. I want to see some more streamers streaming Crowfall. And last but not least was this lore update we got. It kind of gives a little bit of background and more information on the lore of the game, who the gods are, where they come from, what's going on, and it's kind of just a little bit of a teaser, but I think it's pretty good. I'm usually not into lore too much, but the way they present it is really kind of easy to get into. It's interesting, and it's kind of a little bit darker and more gruesome. Well, this is what I'm talking about. This is a sketching of one of the gods in the game, what's going on, and well, as the story says that you can read about, she dies, basically. Now, how that all works as far as one of the gods in the game dying, I don't know, but yeah, there you go. Now, the reason I really love this is because it's a little bit more gruesome. It's a little bit more gritty, a little more dark, a little bit more real. It's not all just fairies and cartoons jumping around and, being happy. I mean, this game is all about warfare and killing people and taking over territory and stuff, and so I love that the lore is going to back that up. Now, you can go take a look at the picture. There's a whole thread with people giving ideas about what happens, what they think, how she dies, all this sort of stuff. I think it looks great. It looks really interesting, and it's also not just going to be lore that you can forget about. Like, a lot of games have lore, but if you want to ignore it, you can completely ignore it and it doesn't factor in at all. Well, with Crowfall, I think it's going to play a little bit of a role because that is how the game is divided up. You have balance and chaos and order. You have these different factions, all the gods and their different factions, so you're going to be able to pick the god that you want to fight for and which faction you want to fight for and all this sort of stuff, and that's going to determine who you're playing with and who you're playing against, and maybe different abilities you have or buffs or debuffs. Who knows exactly the details, but it's going to affect your gameplay some, and it's interesting. I'm excited. I think it looks great. Let me know in the comments below if you've read this story, and I'll have a link for it. What do you think this story is talking about? How does she die? What's the story about it? I posted on the forums what I thought. You can check that out. But I think it's pretty interesting. I can't wait to see how it unfolds in the game. And that's it this week for Crowfall Insider. We're going to look at the character creation and Hunger Dome preview from Artcraft. Remember, go check those out if you're going to have access to the game. That way you get a leg up on everybody. You're not trying to figure it out as you go. This gives you a good little jump into how it all works out. Also, the Founders Update, we got to look at the Collector's Edition, which is awesome. There have been other games I played where they don't even tell you what's in the Collector's Edition before you buy it. And then they don't even show you the stuff till like a week before it comes out. So it's awesome they have all that out there already. Plus, there's going to be a streamer week. Remember, if you want to get a streamer into it, tell them to go sign up. We can get new streamers in there and take a look at the game. Also, of Gods and Mortals, what do you think, how that worked out, what the story is behind there, what's your theory? I'm going to have the links for all of that stuff down below. Plus, don't forget, I'll be streaming tomorrow, September 13th from 7 to 10 Central Time in the game. I'm super excited. I can't wait to kill some noobs. Let me know if you'll be in that test and we can fight each other. I don't know, or we'll team up. I don't know. Let me know. I'll see you next time.